Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening in the 5 continents. Today is the 4th of December, 20 days before Christmas. And thank you all the guest speakers and the participants who are with us today. So as usual, let me share my screen so you can see what we are doing today. Okay, this is the screen. Okay, so as I said before, it's the 90th International English Online Meeting, December the 4th, 2022. So let me see if this works or not. It's frozen.
Jaime, are you from Mexico?
Give me a minute, please. As we say in Peru, a Peruvian minute. You know what it means?
Same as an Indian minute. It gives you a bit more time.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. Well, in Peru, in Piura, we say a minute, which means 5 or 10. Okay, the PowerPoint is opening again. I don't know what happened. Somebody said that this usually happens to the best speakers in the world. I don't know. Okay.
And that is true. We know who that is.
Okay, if anybody in the world wants to contact me, that is my WhatsApp number. Okay, so we can talk about anything you want about education. So who is presenting soon? The last presentation this year is given by Kathy Ramirez from Colombia, Eugenia Carrión from Argentina, Soledad Calle from Bolivia, Tito Hidalgo from Ecuador, Celia Sanchez from Mexico, and Arturo Phil from Peru. They will be talking about encouraging professional development in Latin America. Okay, who is presenting today? So we have these 3 people, Mary, Raj, and myself. But before they start speaking, okay, let me show you this. The first international video meeting started April 19th. So it's been 2 years and 8 months, the 2020, when the pandemic started. Many people thank me because I started these meetings, but let me be honest and transparent. I didn't start it. It was you, because without your participation, without your generosity, without your presence, your attendance, your words, your etc., it wouldn't have been possible. So we have had like 90 webinars, 11 roundtables, and more than 94 guest speakers. So thank you, my dear friends from Argentina, Bolivia, Colombia, Costa Rica, Canada, Ecuador, England, Guatemala, Italy, Mexico, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Panama, Peru, Romania, Spain, USA, South Africa, and Tunisia. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable, right?
Unbelievable, really.
Yes. Oh, hello,
Amazing.
dear Michael. Hello, nice to hear you. Okay, let's continue. So from Argentina, we had 16 people: Andrea, Claudio, Esther, Eugenia, Gustavo, Lorena, María del Valle, María Mora, Marina, Mónica Rodríguez, Natalie, Patricia, Arbona, and Silvia. From Bolivia, we had 7 wonderful teachers, friends, and professionals. From Colombia, we had 9: Adriana, Ana, Angélica, Ulises, Gladys, José Lobo, José Ricardo, Larissa, Mauricio. From Canada, so far, 1, Raj, so far. But I guess you, Raj, will get somebody from Canada, right?
Excuse me, what about Ecuador?
Yeah, wait, my dear Alberto Perez. Costa Rica, 2 people. Well, actually 3. Adriana Hidalgo, Madeleine Medford, and Mary Scholl. What about Ecuador? We had 10 people: Alberto, Carla Montes, Denis Montaño, Elizabeth Ortiz, Griselda Pulamarín, Irma Guzmán, Inés Torres de Muñoz, José Obando, Luis Bermúdez, Tania Cajamarca, Tito Hidalgo. From Guatemala, 6 people. From Italy, 1 person. From Mexico, 8. Wow. From Nigeria, Anthony Michael, who is present today. From Nicaragua, oops, I made a mistake, sorry. Mary Scholl should be in Costa Rica, and Ivan Suazo. Panama, Jaimini Ahir. From Peru, 21 people. All these people you can see here: Arturo, Claudia, Elizabeth, Enrique, Gabriela, Glenda, Isabel, Jose, Julio, Karina, Katia, Leticia, Olenka, Ralph, Rosa, Roxana, Ruben, Silvana, Ursula, and Johnny. From Romania, 1. From Spain, 1. From England, 2. And from the USA, 5 people: Christine Kum, Debra Suarez, Mary Scholl, Ronnie Haushier, and Skip Goll. And from Tunisia, Mona Boulel. Now, these are some of the topics we cover during these 91 meetings: reflecting to write, develop a teacher reflection, facilitating, mind the brain, going through empathy, what teachers learned to master during the pandemic, roundtables. It's incredible, all the people and all the topics that we have covered. We can make a book, yes or not?
Yes, yes, really.
Yes, not only one book, but many books. As you can see, all the different topics and roundtables, lots of them. And the good thing is that all of them are recorded in our YouTube channel. Okay, Debra is coming. Okay, here you have, we have even had 3 or 4 roundtables in Spanish talking about humanistic topics. Okay, this was the last one. Now let's take a moment to pause and reflect, and here I'm going to finish, and then it will be Mary and Raj who will be conducting this roundtable. Now, what are the outcomes? Araceli Salas helped me to do this: a YouTube channel with all the recorded meetings, lots of ideas about teaching, learning, compassion, empathy, neuroscience, technology, culture, history, among other interesting topics, a wonderful community of friends, colleagues, advisors, professionals, and eager participants willing to share and learn, friends and contacts all over the world supporting each other, inspiration for many friends, colleagues, and students. What about challenges? Certificates for attendance. We were talking to Araceli in Mexico, and maybe we could start with Mexico, giving certificates to participants next year. Not only practice-oriented, but also research-oriented webinars. That's what we expect to have next year. Broaden the reach of the meetings, other countries and continents. What about the future plans? Write articles based on all the more than 80, well, actually it's 90 meetings presented. Create an international English Teachers Association. Why not? Why not? Invite other teachers, professors, students, and professionals from other countries and continents to broaden our horizon. Okay, so my dear friends, I don't know if you have had some time to listen and watch the wonderful videos of our friends, and there are so many beautiful words and a lot of compliments for myself and for all the people. My idea of this roundtable today is not to thank me, but to thank everyone, because without you, I could do nothing. Without the help of who allows me to use this Facebook account, I could do nothing. So it's a thank for everyone who is present here, who is not present, and who has given most of their time, their expertise. And something that I have to say, because I don't want to forget it. I don't want to cry, but I consider myself very lucky, very blessed, because I call Raj and says, okay, Jaimito. I call Mary and she says, okay. I call Laura 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And they say, yes. I call Deborah, Christine Kum, Ricardo, Jose Ricardo, Roxana, Ivan, everyone. And they do not tell me anything like, wait, Jaime, I'm going to see, let me, no. It's quick answers. And I consider myself that I am just nothing. And you are, wow, book writers, you are webinar presenters, you are directors, coordinators, and that is something that I want to thank all of you before I pass away. So thank you everyone in the 5 continents. Thanks everyone, because without you, I wouldn't have been able to do this wonderful, magnificent, astonished, superb, awesome, cool, etc. meetings. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And now it's time for Mary. Oh, my heart is beating. Mary, to start the roundtable. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tito. Thank you, Jose, Roxana, Anthony, Ron, Irving, Neil, Carlos, Alberto, and all the people who are listening and watching us. So back to you, dear Mary. You are the star now.
Oh, Jaime, thank you so much. I just want to share what Laura wrote in the chat. She says, Jaime, you are the glue that holds us all together. You have been an inspiration since I met you in Julio 2015. So
thank you so much, dear Laura.
It was just like everybody.
I am the glue. I am the glue now.
Everybody who agrees with Laura, can you raise your hand? Yeah.
I want to see those hands. Okay. I see some people not raising their hands.
Oh, we got some thumbs up. We got electronic hands. No, Jaime, you're blind.
Yes, I am.
It's pretty amazing to see the depth and the breadth of this work that you're doing, Jaime, and how inclusive you've been, and how it's just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. So I don't want to just dive into the session with me and Raj without pausing for a minute and
of course,
and just really celebrating that that you have led us and you led all of us in creating this. So thank you so much.
Mary, can I just jump in there and say that I haven't been part of this group very long, but even at the first meeting, I felt so inspired. And I just wanted to Jaime, you have just motivated me so much, the group. And I just want to thank you so much, because finally I was like, there really are teachers who really do care about their work. And you're just an inspiration to so many Latin American teachers out there, to get us inspired, involved, and motivated to just step forward and do something, And, that's why I started Lesson Plan Jam. I was like, Jaime's doing something, I got to do something too. So thank you, Jaime. You're wonderful.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. I've seen the great professional job you're doing over there in Europe, and I feel proud and blessed to have you with us. Thank you, Ron.
It's Ron, it's such a great comment and example of how inspiration works and how good promotes good. Like how success promotes success. When I'm working with teachers, I'm always saying, we want to get our students to feel successful. They may or may not think I see their success, but if they feel successful, that's going to help them work harder and get back into it. And so, and then
the key word, Mary, there is, and I realized it because it was, I think Roxanne's here today, I don't know, or somebody who said it to me, and then I thought about it and I was like, this is an example of knowledge co-construction in its purest form and the way it should be. I went and I did my work and I was like, this is the way it works.
The way it works, it is. It is. So yay for all of us, but yay for Jaime. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Before you go on, dear Mary, let me remind everyone that everyone will have time to say something today. So do not worry. Okay, go on, dear Mary.
Okay.
Well, before
Let's-
Mary speaks, let me just also share something. I just wanted to mention what has already been mentioned, but I would love to say I have great appreciation for this precious community that came together during COVID when many of us were feeling isolated and wanted to reach out to someone to say, hey, how are you experiencing these things? So this was a community that held us together, and we learned and progressed, gave compassion to each other. Jaime and this precious community, I am very, very blessed to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank
to
you,
all.
dear Raj. Thank you.
Thanks, Raj. Thanks, Raj. I agree. Okay, let's dive in because I think you'll see in our session today that we'll also have opportunities to share and reflect together and really appreciate. So yeah, welcome. Jaime approached Raj and myself and said, hey, I want to do something on gratitude. And Raj and I went, yes, we would love to. So yeah, I don't know. We need to introduce ourselves. I think you know who we are, but I think gratitude is something that both of us have been practicing and striving to practice for a long time. And it's beautiful to be able to have a whole session today on gratitude. So just a brief introduction. My name is Mary Scholl. I live in Costa Rica. I've been here for 20 years. I'm originally from the United States. I'm now a dual citizen, very proudly so. Yeah, I think that's what I want to say. Raj, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit? Just say.
Yeah, briefly again, I've lived on 3 continents and had the good fortune of working on 5, and just delighted to be with this community. I'm a facilitator of nonviolent communication. More than a facilitator, I think I practice that. Hopefully I practice that and people receive me that way. And I'm a communitarian. I love working with community.
And I first met Raj in 2009, I think it was. And I went to to an intensive with Marshall Rosenberg on nonviolent communication and went to one of Raj's sessions there. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. And I've been learning with Raj and from Raj and since then. So I'm extremely grateful to be able to be here today with you, Raj. You mean a lot to me.
Thank you, Mary.
So our
Very-
session.
It's a very mutual feeling.
Yeah, so beautiful. Our session today is about gratitude, and when Jaime approached us, we developed a few questions around gratitude. How can we develop this attitude of gratitude? What is the impact that gratitude has on us? And what are some, like, how do we practice it? What are the parts of a deep and meaningful gratitude? Because it's so much more than just saying thank you, right? And I wanted to start the session with this quote by Melody Beattie about gratitude. That gratitude makes sense of our past, and it brings peace for today, and it creates a vision for tomorrow. Gratitude is it's a way to reframe my past and add an element of meaning to it. If there's something that I'm not at peace with, it really does help me make sense of what happened, one way of understanding what happened, right? And then in that piece, it helps me move forward and really approach tomorrow from a peaceful place. So I'm hoping that today's session will offer that to all of us. At some point, you might think about something in the past. You might feel a different degree or some kind of degree of peace for today. And you also might feel that you have something that will propel you into your own future. So I'm not sure how you'll experience today, but those are some of our potentials that we're putting out there. Raj, would you like to add anything on this slide?
Well, I think, Mary, you've shared most of it, but what comes to mind is how do I show up, as you said, with the attitude of gratitude? That makes a difference in how I'm going to be with community or in community by how I am experiencing it. Then I think then it comes to, am I able to express that gratitude as well? Because I think sometimes we feel it, we are experiencing it, and it gives us energy to go forward, and then how to share it in moments when it's important. And that's one thing I see is that we could certainly be more conscious of offering gratitude more frequently to others and to ourselves.
Thank you, Raj. So we are going to look a little bit at what is gratitude, what is the impact of gratitude. We have a few gratitude practices that we'd like to share with you that we can try out today. And also we'll wrap up with a circle of gratitude with everybody here. That's our agenda for today. We want to start out just starting to find out what's our starting ground with gratitude. What are some of our thoughts about gratitude? What's our experiences with it? And what is it that keeps us from offering gratitude? So what I would like to invite everyone to do is to perhaps choose one of these questions to offer an answer. You could write the answer in the chat. We could also have some people unmute and get to hear your voices. That's wonderful too.
So if anybody, sorry, Mary, if anybody wants to speak up or say something, please raise your hand and you'll be able to do it.
Your electronic hand, right? Or physical hand, or either.
Let me think.
Somebody might be doing this for a while and we might miss them. So
electronic hand puts them up to the top of the screen, so that's probably useful.
Exactly.
Okay, Mark is saying gratitude help me move on from painful experiences. Agree with him 100%. I heard Monica Rodriguez saying in her video that gratitude helps her to regulate her emotions. And that is true. And also Ovidio Matthew from Romania, he said that we shouldn't take everything for granted. So I guess this is a good moment to stop and thank every single thing we have, every single thing we are. Laura?
Yep, just unmuting myself. I'm really interested in this question especially that Raj and Mary, you were both asking, that what keeps people from expressing gratitude? And I've been thinking about it. I almost wrote it in the chat before you even asked, that there's something about, I think there's just something a little embarrassing for some people. I think they're just like afraid of sounding not cool, or too like just wearing your emotions on your sleeves or something. And it gets in the way of proper expression of gratitude, especially when you're expressing gratitude to somebody for something. People think, they don't want to hear it. So there's something within the speaker or the person who has the gratitude that might not really feel comfortable showing it. So I always feel like if we have mentors and leaders in our communities who are just free flowing like waterfalls of gratitude to the people around them all day, every day, it really helps create a culture where it's okay to express that.
That's it.
Thank you, Laura. Jose Ricardo, in the USA.
Jaime, can I just respond to that minute for a second?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Check in. And I just want to check in first. So Raj, did you want to respond? I saw you unmute, so I just want to check in.
Well, I was just saying, I love this idea of waterfall of gratitude, and if we create that culture of gratitude, that's what inspires others to not, just say, hey, you should be more grateful, but, lead by example. Love it, Laura.
Laura, one thing I just wanted to add that I was thinking about as I was listening to you is that one thing that I think also makes it hard to offer gratitude, what I heard you sort of say is that sometimes people don't know what to say. I also think sometimes people don't know how to receive gratitude. And so if I don't know how to receive it, if you say, oh, Mary, thank you so much for that cup of coffee. I was like, oh, it was nothing, never mind. No problem, something like that. Well, then it's hard to offer gratitude if it's not really going to be received, right? So I think we also need to grow in how we just sink in and say, I hear your gratitude. I hear that. And I appreciate it.
Okay, may I, Jose?
Good morning, everyone. The question that jumped at me was the second one. Sorry, the third one. I think that what actually keeps people from expressing gratitude is the fact that they don't know how to express gratitude towards themselves. If I cannot have an interpersonal relationship, if I don't have an interpersonal relationship with myself, we are hard on ourselves. We expect too much of ourselves. And if I'm not thankful to myself, I cannot be thankful to other people because I cannot express that emotion.
Yeah, thank you, Jose. Roxana in Peru.
Good morning, Jaime. Good morning, everybody. First, I want to say the gratitude comes from God. I appreciate every morning and every day that I open my eyes, I always say, thanks God for this new day. That's the very thing I express my gratitude. And as somebody has expressed before, I think that the gratitude is a shield that shield us from negativity. No, we appreciate and we express gratitude mostly for the good things that happened. And during this year, I learned something different. I also express gratitude for the bad things, the problems, because they make me feel, they make me be a better person. They make me be a fighter and not to feel that low when I have problems. Problems are a chance to make us be better, be bigger, and to be ready to face difficulties. I think that gratitude enhances the law of attraction and rewires our brain. Brain and heart are connected, but nothing we can express even today without the help of God and the light of the Holy Spirit. That's what I want to say first today.
Thank you, dear Roxy. Ron?
Jaime, can I just respond to one thing?
Sorry, Mary. I'm so sorry, Mary.
I know I don't really have my hand raised, but I sort of feel like I can dive in. That's okay. I so appreciate you mentioning how gratitude in relation to hard things. And I just want to share that I think sometimes I don't have to be grateful for the hard thing that happened necessarily and say, I'm really glad that X happened. Like if it was a death or if I got fired, or I don't have to say I'm grateful I got fired, but I can be grateful for the lessons I learned when that thing happened. And I feel like it's a really, at least for me, for many years, I was like, why am I supposed to feel grateful that like my husband died? I can't feel that. That doesn't make sense to me. I can be grateful for the lessons that I've learned from it though. And so I just want to offer that as just a little bit of a space for us so that in case anyone's feeling that same sort of pressure of like, I'm supposed to feel grateful for something bad.
Yeah, the lessons, right, Mary? Back to you, Ron.
3 words come to mind, and they're German, Actually, the first one is Selbstzufriedenheit, which translates into English as complacency. We become complacent in our everyday life, and we just don't see things that we should be grateful for. And we don't appreciate the things that are around them because they're always there.
Yeah.
And as somebody's talking about, there are cultural barriers to gratitude and appreciation, and religious ones as well too. I'm Jewish, and I have to say that we have Yom Kippur, and this is a day where we, forgive, let go, and it's built into, some systems of belief. And that's important. I'm glad we have at least one day of the year in our Jewish belief system where we, are grateful for the things and the people around us. So, it's part of what we believe in. It's our belief system. And just a really quick thing, my mother died many, many years ago. And for many years, and I have to say, she died in 1979, I never went to her grave because I couldn't see that. I couldn't deal with it. But this past summer, I talked to my brothers and sisters, and they accompanied me to her grave. My whole family came. And you talk about gratitude. That was an experience in appreciation and gratitude because they knew that I couldn't go there by myself. It was the first time I had ever been there since she died in 1979. Nothing was planned. Nobody had said anything. We just all held hands and we started speaking. There was so much love and appreciation and gratitude. And finally, I could speak words that I had not been able to say to my mother when she was alive. But being around my family, my uncles, my aunts, my cousins, my brothers, my sisters, and my 94-year-old father, never have I ever experienced that kind and level of gratitude like I did that day. So people around you, you gotta let them know that you're grateful that they're there, that you appreciate them, and that you love them. And they gotta tell you that they love you too, because we need that as energy to keep going. I'm so glad I had that experience. I'll never forget it. It's probably the most unbelievable experience in gratitude.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Irma in Ecuador.
Thank you, Jaime. I was just thinking about question number 3. And yes, I will agree that we do have cultural differences, but also family has some cultural traditions and ways of behaving. And I think that's very, very important to realize, especially when we're dealing with our students. Yes, gratitude is a universal feeling, but it seems that now, and that's why this topic is very pertinent to talk and to analyze and to reflect. I'm not going to give details, but I ran into one of the students, a teenager, when I did something for him. He returned and making the question, how much should I pay you for this favor? And I said, nothing. This is just something that I'm doing to help you. That's all. So again, I think it's very important because it seems like we also need to be aware that our students, I don't know if the word is need, but that's the only one that comes to my mind. They also need to be trained into recognizing the good things that it's around of them, of the good experiences that they're enjoying, and rejoice themselves in being grateful of being alive, being grateful of the things that they can experience, and be grateful with themselves, where their lives, where the way that they are, and from their end to go to the other ones. That's the only thing that I wanted to comment. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Irma. And finally, Damaris, and finally, iPhone. Damaris?
Yes.
We can hear you. Damaris, your microphone.
Okay, I've already unmuted it. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to say something on this wonderful topic. Gratitude is really, really important. And I would like to say that it reminds us of our human nature, because as a human being, when you express gratitude to people, it reminds you that, well, actions they take in order to make your life or the world a better place is not it should not be taken for granted. Now, I think what the lady said, that it's also a matter of upbringing, a matter of culture. So if we train our students or the society on how to express gratitudes, I'm convinced that, for instance, in our various classes, teacher-students conflicts will be dwindled, and the students will be more empathetic and conscious of the fact that they should be good guys, and teachers too. Thank you. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, dear Damaris. So I'm listening to everyone, dear Mary and dear Raj. I think that we could do this, we should do this with our students, and also with our families, and also with our friends, and sit together. Just like I remember you did this in Costa Rica. Yeah, we sat in a circle and we started expressing our gratitude. Now I remember, dear Mary and dear Raj. Back to you, dear Mary and Raj.
So Jaime, there's so many points that have been made already. I love it because the third question is one that I've always asked myself. And I think Ron mentioned this. And Ron, thank you for that very personal and touching story about family. And sometimes we have regrets later that we've not done something in the way
Yes.
we had liked. So I
Yeah.
think making the habit of building that practice of gratitude, complacency, we think, oh, Jaime already knows. I don't need to thank him. He already knows. You see? So we tend not to do it. And then of course there's cultural barriers in the, oh, why are you being so soft? Why are you being so, overly kind? Because there are some people who want to stay in that, yeah, I don't do that. This is not my practice. So becoming more conscious about how I'm choosing to live my life and how it impacts others. That's where I think it's most important. And that's what we learn sometimes from our parents, that it's culturally not okay to always do that. I don't know. Yeah, great question. Let's reflect on it some more in our own practice so that we can continue to create gratitude in the world. Attitude of gratitude, just let's spread it all over, like you and this community are doing.
Thank you.
I'll get off my soapbox.
Okay, Mary Scholl.
Actually, Raj, I was going to invite you onto the soapbox. Is there anything else you'd like to say about any of these three questions before we move on?
May I, dear Mary, may I read some of the comments that people are making in the chat? But I can't find the chat. Here it is.
Oh.
Yeah, some people like Ron. Well, he said he already shared his very private comment. And for example, Mark said, after listening to these wonderful insights, I'm thinking that perhaps gratitude enables us to notice that the many everyday miracles around us. Agree with you. Katia says, in Peru, Katia Murguia says, gratitude changes our brains and souls, definitely. Such beautiful comments, says Deborah. Gratitude, says Rina Pamela. Gratitude is the good way that we feel about favors and what we have around us. Gratitude rewires our brain. Tito in Ecuador. Laura, gratitude rewires our brain. Yeah. And then this is Lakshmi. I don't know who Lakshmi is. Gratitude starts from inside. First of all, be grateful for being alive is the best step to start doing things and motivate your daily life. There are miserable, people complaining for everything, and they don't even are thankful for being alive every day of their lives. And Tito, I believe gratitude is the element that creates balance in the heart and the mind of that individual. And Anthony Michael from Nigeria, living in Peru, my good friend Michael, nice to hear you again. Gratitude is the understanding and knowing of limitations and the importance of others in our lives. We can't and will never do it alone. It is impossible to navigate life without some aid from people around us. It charts a new path to love. Wow, beautiful comments from everyone.
We have some beautiful comments on Facebook. Can I read them?
Of course, Mary Scholl.
So we have Patricia Garcia de Borja says gratitude helps see life in a positive way and respond better. Natalia Calderon says gratitude changed my life. I passed from complaining to say thanks for all the beautiful I have in my life. And then we have Paco in Mexico, Ramos Tolentino. Gratitude has kept me around this complicated world. We're happy you stayed, Paco. We're happy you're here. Karen Anchante says gratitude not only relates to things that make us happy, but also to those things which might not be that good for us. And Araceli, thank you, says thank you for the session. Mary, Jaime, and Raj, and everybody for the knowledge shared in the company on Sunday mornings. Sweet. Shall we move forward?
Please do, Mary
just,
Scholl.
just before we move forward, Mary, I want to acknowledge the comments that have come in, and I think it's important. One that sticks out, I think, is Lakshmi saying, who mentioned that gratitude starts from inside. If I don't feel grateful, if I am angry and upset about what's happening in the world, it's hard to give genuine gratitude. So I think we need to look inwards as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Raj. And thanks everyone for your comments. Do you see how we really are co-constructing the session?
Yes, we are, dear Mary.
Beautiful. All right. So, there has been a lot of research done on how gratitude benefits us and practicing gratitude benefits us. And I think in your comments, you've actually just reflected this. It affects our personal life, impacts our personal life. It can impact our health. Paco, you're a perfect example of that. In Mexico, he's had a lot of health challenges. And when you say gratitude has kept you here in this complicated world, I know that you've lived that. Gratitude benefits our emotional state, our social connections, and our professional life. And Raj is going to go a little bit deeper into some of the more specifics of it.
Well, I was just, Mary, before we go there, maybe there's somebody else who wants to add a little bit more to this list. If
Sure.
there is something more, I think we've tried to make it pretty comprehensive, and there may be something from the wisdom from the circle.
Sure.
So is there anyone who wants to expand the topic or these things mentioned here? Laura?
I just want to expand a little bit on social connections, because I think that is a category that it expands to include community. And so the community piece is the piece that I'm rather obsessed with, and how as individuals, we actually have the power to influence our communities by creating, again, this culture of gratitude that we then kind of help export to all the people around us.
Yeah, thank you, Laura. Is there anybody else?
Laura, we could have gratitude fountains in cafes and so on.
Oh my God, Raj, I love that idea. Oh my God, really? Seriously, right?
Absolutely.
You're onto something. This is something that would fly in my city here, actually.
I would love that. Come have, sit with the waterfall of gratitude and share a latte or a chai latte.
The Gratitude Cafe. Oh my gosh. We have some budget cuts coming and people looking for plan B. There you go. There's the idea.
Okay, Deborah, go on. Good morning, Deborah.
Oh, good morning. Sorry, my mute wasn't working. I just wanted to add, I think that at least for myself, when I'm trying to express gratitude, I reflect on it. And I think what it helps me to better understand sometimes is myself. I think that we have to reflect, quiet our minds. And as we begin to understand what we appreciate, what we're grateful for, we better understand our own values and our own beliefs, and that expressing gratitude helps to articulate that. So I think I would add, it helps us to understand ourselves.
And before you go, Deborah, if you don't, please, let me congratulate you, because now you are the president of TESOL International.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you. And I want to express my gratitude to you, Deborah, because we got in contact through Araceli Salas, and I didn't know all the great work you were doing, and you were attending our webinars, but I didn't know who you were. So more than all the great job you do, I love the humanistic side of your actions. So you are the president now. I asked you to present next year, and you said, yes, when? So thank you once again, dear Deborah.
Thank you, sir.
And I want to talk about something, Mary Scholl, about health. I am 59 years old, and I never get sick. I say hello to dogs in the streets. I say hi to the plants and flowers in the street. And my partner, Katia, who is present here, she says, you look like a child. You are crazy saying hello to dogs and cats. And I now that I'm listening and watching this, I say, no, I always express my gratitude to every single thing, living thing, and also abstract, concrete. Well, never sick, Jesus, never. Jesus doesn't believe me. And yeah, my friends get sick of that, of this, and they get surgery. But so far, I've never got sick. And I think that gratitude helps me and helps everyone in the world to feel healthy, because I'm reading in Facebook Live about that. Martha Ogoño in Ecuador.
Thank you, dear Jaime. If you are speechless of hearing Deborah is the president of TESOL, I'm speechless here because Mary Scholl is the author of Equity Technique, and that's why I'm here and I invite some friends. Let me just say hi to a beautiful woman. She's Rose from Vietnam. If you are available, if you are free, please raise your hand. Thank you so much for everybody. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, dear Martha. Is there anybody else who wants to express his or her opinion of this personal life, health, emotional state, social connections, professional life? Yes. Han Dang. Is that the way it is pronounced? Han Dang?
Yes.
Oh, welcome, dear Han Dang. Where are you from?
Yeah. I am the woman. Teacher Martha has mentioned me.
Okay.
And first, I would like to express my gratitude to Martha for send me the link of the meeting today. And I think it's a very, very interesting topic for us. And secondly, I would like to express my gratitude to all teachers or all speakers have shared their experiences about the topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, because your presence means a lot to us. Guiva John, John, is that well pronounced? I'm so sorry.
Givai.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Go on.
I'm coming in from Cameroon. I'm in the far north region of the Republic of Cameroon. It is in Central Africa, and it's a almost 5 p.m. now.
Yeah.
So I'll first of all like to express my gratitude to Dr. Damaris, who sent me the link of this meeting, and to all of the people who initiated it. Because when I read the topic, I found out that it was quite interesting, because expressing gratitude is something we should do more in our life. As somebody said earlier, to better understand ourselves and better give and share more positive energy around us. So I am a teacher, and in my school, while doing my job, I'm trying to inculcate into my students that giving more means receiving a lot more.
Yeah.
And yeah, so every day when I get up, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is expressing my gratitude for being alive, and trying to express to all the people who are around me the luck that I have, or the chance that I have by having them. And by so doing, I am leading a happier life, and I can better do my job. So when I go to work, I feel happier. I can teach, being excited. I can really do my job in a wonderful way. So I think expressing gratitude is something we should teach to the younger generation, because we're in a world of pressure, in a world of stress, and people are so concerned with other issues that they forget about positive values such as expressing gratitude to the others. And if you want to live in a community that brings together different races, different religions, different opinions, we need to feel grateful of belonging to that multicultural, multi-religious world, and think that every different person brings me something new that completes what I am, that complements what I am. Because when I am alone, I mean nothing, but with the others, I am more complete and I can achieve better goals. So I think expressing gratitude, in my opinion, is what makes us not miss the essence of life, because by going too fast, we forget about many things. We miss a lot of opportunities simply because we don't really take the time to say thank you to nature, thank you to all the people who are around us, and that give us what we have, and that make us who we are. So that is what I wanted to add, where the way I wanted to expand on that topic. I'm sorry for being late, but I did everything to join you in such a way that I can share with you my own experiences.
Thank you so much for such beautiful words, inspiring, wonderful. Goodbye. You should be with us someday, a Sunday, talking about any topic you want. Really, contact me, please, through Deborah or anybody, and we'll be in contact. Thank you so much.
I think Jaime,
yes, Raj, please go.
Goodbye just brings up a beautiful point. It's not just about saying thank you. It's living from the attitude of gratitude and helping our children learn that at a very young age, and moving away from me to we, like it's community. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you once again, dear Goodbye. And Damaris, finally.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for giving me back the floor. And of course, Mr. Gibai, who is a colleague of mine, I'm so happy to welcome him here today, because, well, I wanted them to join so that I won't benefit from this beautiful community all alone. So thank you for joining. Now, talking about gratitude, as we said, it should be a lifestyle. Somebody say words are our servants. You see, they say what we make them say. That's why I would simply like to take advantage of this opportunity to thank all this community. First of all, the TESOL International for giving me the opportunity to connect with more ELT teachers all over the world. Secondly, my word of appreciation goes to Professor Mark, who did something wonderful for me a while ago. You know, I applied for TESOL travel grants. I did not know Mark before. I just contacted him on Facebook and told him I had that I had a group aiming at promoting USA history and culture because we are English lovers. And I invited him to come and do a presentation on USA history in our group. And without any ado, he just came and really enlightened us on the history of the USA. And I'm very grateful for that. I told him that it's so natural to express gratitude, but we should as educators keep inculcating those values. I would also like to say thank you to Jaimito, as I hear people call him.
I love when people call me Jaimito. I love it.
Yes, Jaimito, I hear people call him. So for also writing a recommendation letter for me, just like that, without any preparation. So as I said, we are social beings. Gratitude helps us keep stronger and more genuine bonds with others. So I'm very grateful to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Damaris, for such beautiful words too. Mary, just a reminder, we still got 30 more minutes, just because
Okay.
you are the leader of the group along with Raj.
I actually sent you a WhatsApp message asking what time we finish. Okay, I'd love to move forward. I'd love to move forward a little bit if that's all right. I'm going to skip over a number of slides just to let you, I'll tell you a little bit about them. If you want a copy of the slides, we can send them to you. Raj, and I hope that's okay with you. We haven't really talked
yes,
about
fantastic.
over, but
yeah.
this next two slides just share some of the benefits, which I think you all have already spoken about. But this comes from a study that was done on people who wrote a gratitude journal for 10 weeks every day, or 2 weeks every 10 weeks daily, or 2 weeks. Oh, weekly for 10 weeks, so once a week, or daily for 2 weeks. Sorry, my brain wasn't working there. And they found these results. And so if you're interested in looking at research on how gratitude impacts us, you can go to the Greater Good Science Center based in Berkeley and find a number of different activities on gratitude and the research that's linked to them. And this particular journal writing showed that people had greater happiness, reduced anxiety, and strengthened immune systems. It also showed that people had better sleep, increased resilience, and strengthened relationships. So if you're interested in looking at that angle, I think there's a lot of really amazing information out there in the world of research. They also had some studies that show that gratitude promotes forgiveness. It helps us pay it forward and become more generous, actually. And it's good for our schools. This is the bottom line. It's good for our schools. And in this context, that's what, that's our overarching question that we really want to think about. And so, but I get the sense that I'm preaching to the converted here. It sounds like people here are already into the idea that gratitude is important. So I'm going to move forward. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. We have a sampling of gratitude practices here. We're going to do 2 because we only have half an hour left, and we really wanted to have some time. Raj, and I'm going to ask you publicly. We had thought about sending them to breakout rooms. Would you like to still send them to breakout rooms, or
I think it would be great for for me to just give quick elements of gratitude, like how would be a way of giving gratitude. And in this moment, yeah.
Before we do that, let's do one of my practices. We'll do the 2-list practice, and then we'll be expressing gratitude, and then we can decide about that, if that's all right.
Wonderful.
So the 2-list practice, I want to invite everybody to join us in doing this. So if you could get something to write with and write on, whether it's something electronic or an actual piece of paper and a pen or a crayon. Now I just invite everybody to just sit comfortably for a minute.
Jaime is ready.
Jaime is ready. Let's go.
Always ready.
Of course.
As a Boy Scout.
Yeah. So I want to invite you to sit comfortably before we actually start writing this list. Take a minute, put your feet on the on the ground, if they're crossed. Sit in a way that you feel strong. And take a couple breaths. Just notice, where is your breath coming in? And where does it go inside of you? And you exhale. How does that feel? We're going to do an activity, that a gratitude practice, that is just making 2 lists. It feels sort of simple. And sometimes it can be kind of challenging and complicated. And the first thing that I want to invite you to do is, we're going to take a 1 minute, and I'd like you to write a list of things that are heavy for you right now. Things that are heavy on your heart. It could be a little bit heavy, like, I burnt my oatmeal this morning. It's not so big, it's not so important, right? But it's sad. I didn't want to waste my oatmeal. Or it could be a bigger thing too. And I want to invite you to write. We're going to take about a minute. I'll put some music on. If you think of 5 things, try to go to 7. If you think of 7 things, try to go to 9. Try to keep yourself it can be a small thing. You might write a big thing and then a small thing and then a big thing, but just try to keep writing. What are the things that are heavy or stressful or just on you, heavy on you? All right. I'm gonna share this. Take 1 minute or so. Okay. Finish writing up whatever's on your mind. I want you to take a minute and just notice. Notice your body, notice your breathing. How did it feel? How is it to be writing about these stressful, challenging things? I don't want you to answer out loud right now, but just notice for yourself. How is it? Now, let's do a little bit of wiggling and shaking. Move your body a little bit. We're going to shift. So sometimes it helps just to move the body a little bit. We're going to shift. You're going to roll your head, stretch. And now The next thing we're going to do, is write a list of everything you're grateful for. And it can be a little thing that, like, I had enough toothpaste this morning. I'm so happy I brushed my teeth. It made me this clean feeling in my mouth. It was awesome.
I'm so happy that I still have teeth.
Yes, right? Could be anything small. It could be something big, right? It could be really big. I won the lottery in the friends that I have. All right, so anything big, small, and we're going to spend another minute and a half or so. I'll put the music back on. And just what's everything that you're grateful for?
Okay, well,
we're not going to talk. We're just
I'm grateful for being alive.
Madames, we're just going to write.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks. Okay, finish writing up your list. And again, I'm not going to ask you to share on the microphone right now because we want to do one more thing before our time is up. And so, but what I want you to do right now is notice, how are you feeling? So just do it yourself. How is your body feeling? What do you feel in your body? And if you want to share in the chat, you could write in the chat. That'd be great. But I'm not going to invite anybody to unmute because we do need to move forward in just a minute. But I'd love to see in the chat. And for people on Facebook as well, if you want to say something in the chat there, we'd love to hear how this has impacted you. How's your body? How are you feeling? How has your body shifted or changed or stayed the same? What's happening in your head and your heart? Great. Thanks, everyone. So this is a gratitude practice that could be done every day. Sometimes when I'm feeling like life is really challenging, it's not about resolving anything on that heavy list. It's just acknowledging it and saying, yep, that's there. And then about also with the gratitude, things I'm grateful for, say, yep, that's there too. Okay. So thanks for sharing your comments in the chat. So happy to hear that. I'm going to we're going to move on to one other really important part of gratitude that is, I think, one of the key learnings that can be offered here. So I'm going to share it. I'll share the screen and pass the mic to you, Raj.
I think maybe, okay, let me see what is on the screen. Okay. This is a practice I learned from nonviolent communication, and I'll give you the 3 elements which Marshall has referred to about gratitude. It's important that we tell the other person what they have done or what they have said. It's like, if I'll actually demonstrate it. When I'm sitting here, part of this community, over these past 2.5 years, I believe it is, I feel deeply grateful. I feel grateful because it contributes to connection, community, and collaboration. So if we look at what are the 3 parts, it's what has somebody said or done? How do you experience that? Which means, what are your feelings? And what needs and values of yours were honored? Those were the 3 components: what someone says and does, how I am impacted by it, how I feel, and how it contributes to my needs and values. And that really is very specific. Instead of saying, hey, Mary, thanks for doing the PowerPoint. I actually express how much time she takes to make the PowerPoint presentation. It gives me ease and contributes to my need for flow and connection with community. Thank you, Mary. Comments, questions, if you have anything.
Raj, can I just add here 2 things?
Yeah.
That this approach to gratitude that you're sharing, I think it makes such a difference in the quality of the relationship that I have with someone, which is the whole purpose of nonviolent communication, is to develop this deep quality of connection. And
Mary, because what you're saying is, instead of me just saying, hey, thanks, Mary, that was a good job. I don't know, then Mary doesn't know what was a good job. What am I saying thanks for? So yeah, really opening our hearts and taking the time to connect. And that's it. The connection is the key. Empathy before anything. If we can make empathy our first response, and connection comes from when I feel grateful towards myself, then I can offer that to others.
Yeah. And the point that you made about that, I think, is really unique, and something that I didn't learn in the cultures that I grew up in, and that I learned through nonviolent communication, is to begin to see the world and to see ourselves through this lens of needs and values. And so you'll see in the chat, we sent you a handout that has a list of feelings and needs, so you might want to use that. But this idea that I'm not just thankful to Jaime because he created this opportunity for us to learn this international group. It's like, oh, you create opportunity. That's nice. Thank you. It's something so much deeper. It's like, wow, Jaime, by creating this series of webinars and roundtables, my need for connection and learning is really being met. And that's changing the quality of my life. And I really want to thank you for that. So developing this literacy of what are our needs makes a big difference. And that's something I really learned with you, Raj. And Raj, you have been, in all the work that we've done, you've been so clear about always returning to values and needs. And at times when we've been with people and you've been able to really respond by asking and touching into, was this your need, or was this your value that was met or not met? And I see the power of it. And for me, what that does is it really makes both my learning much richer, and it also makes it the clarity of or the depth of importance of this literacy of needs so much bigger for me.
Thank you, Mary. I'm deeply touched by what you're saying. And I'm now also reminded about taking morning walks with Jaime when I was in your community. And so those are the cherished moments that I think lift us up to do more and be more. Be more is the key thing. Yeah. And people think about having more. I think about being more. And how can I be more? And more of the compassionate being that inspires others. Yeah. What a beautiful way to we want to go into a short practice, Mary? How do we want to?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think we've given a couple of examples in the background. Do you want to do the self practice or any practice?
I love the self question. Very often we're giving gratitude to others, I think, and it's really important that we include ourselves in the circle of gratitude and offer gratitude to ourselves. What am I grateful for? When I woke up this morning, writing something that you're grateful for. What did you do? For me, if I say I woke up at 5:30, really excited and about what joining this community. So it brings joy, it brings connection, and I'm grateful that I'm part of this very amazing community. Please take some time to write a gratitude for yourself. Is that what we want to do, Mary?
Yep. And Jaime, I've already created breakout rooms, just so you know. I'm all set to go on that.
Yeah.
What we want to do is we're going to invite people to go to breakout rooms for about 7 minutes.
Okay, if you please stop sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that for a second. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave a few people in the main room and ask you to participate in the main room so that the people who are on Facebook Live and also for the recording, we get to see an example of sharing. So
so if you stop sharing your screen, and you can do it, Mary Scholl, because now you are the co-host.
I've already made the breakout rooms. I'm ready to send them off.
Okay.
I've already done it.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. No,
once again, dear Mary Scholl.
Enjoy sharing.
Yeah, so you'll have about 5 to 7 minutes or so in breakout rooms to share your self-empathy. So, and if for some reason you see somebody in a room by themselves, we'll move you if somebody doesn't go. So please don't worry if for some reason your other people haven't shown up, we'll come move you.
So we encourage everyone to be very active in the break rooms.
Second. So for the people who are here in the room, who haven't gone to a breakout room yet, we would love to encourage you to share here.
So we got 43 people, dear Mary.
I know. And people haven't gone to their rooms yet?
Yeah, there are people who haven't, but they are going.
Okay.
They're moving.
They're moving.
Moving with gratitude.
Yes.
Interesting. I'm wondering if.
Yeah, 2 people in room 1.
Mary, what should I do to join one of the breakout room?
Freddie, let's see if you can go right now. I think somehow some of these didn't come through.
Yeah, most of them have already gone.
Yeah. So the people that are here, we can share here, right?
Okay. Yeah, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups already working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to see you, Irma.
Hi. Thank you for leaving me here in this group. I've been enjoying the presentation and thinking and reflecting and trying to put it in context, not only in my life, in my family, but also in the classes. So if I have to share my gratitude, of course, first to God to keep me alive. Then keep me healthy, even though I'm not enjoying the same luck that Jaime has of not ever been sick. I've been through surgery and through a couple of not so good opportunities, but I have learned, and I'm very grateful for that, because I have learned about myself. I have learned and discovered that I have strengths that I was not aware that I had them. So I'm really grateful for all of that. And I'm grateful for the day that I made the decision to join this community. So there you have it, 3 moments of being grateful so far.
We appreciate you and your gratitude, and I'm glad you're part of this community.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else like to share some things that they're grateful to themselves for?
Well, I want to say that during the 2 exercises you asked us to do, I must confess, I guess everyone felt this way. I was perspiring, my heart was beating faster, and I didn't want to write. I felt reluctant to write because I didn't to be aware of my problems, my issues. But then once I started, I couldn't stop. But then when you ask us to write about the things we are grateful about, I said, my heart started to be calm, my mind was okay. So I just remember all these exercises that you and Raj did in Costa Rica. And I thought to myself, thank you, God, for these people like you, Raj and Mary, and all the people that are here. Everyone is giving us so much that we would never stop thanking for every single thing, person, plant, animal, food, drink, possession, problem, whatever that we have in our life that is helping us to grow. So thank you so much once again, dear Raj and Mary and Ivan and Irma and who else is here, and Rina and Carmelina and Cynthia and Gubai and Rina and Cynthia, and okay. That's what I wanted to say.
Receiving you with so much gratitude, Jaime. I kind of feel myself vibrating and shaking right now as you were saying.
And you know what? I was looking for this wonderful
feelings and needs card.
Yes, and also the most beautiful ones, the yellow ones.
Yes, beautiful.
And I just remember how useful how useful it is to express our emotions, not be afraid of feeling vulnerable, of feeling a simple, ordinary human being. No matter how many certificates, studies, or money you have. I always say that we are simple, ordinary human beings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. That's it.
I love the humanity. I love that.
So do I. So do I. I don't know, Ivan. Ivan, we would like to listen to you.
Yeah, thank you.
How's your wife?
Oh, my wife is doing good. I'm grateful for that.
Good.
Recovering after surgery, and she's doing good. Yeah. Yeah, with the, the experience after a surgery, but she's doing great. And I'm so grateful for that. And then, so I'd like to talk about 2 different things. It's like, for me, gratitude is energy that, can be experienced or manifested through my eyes and my heart. So my idea is, how do I cultivate this gratitude or grateful eyes and grateful heart on a daily basis, everywhere I go, where I stay, in difficult or in good time, like in a time of surgery, in time on health, and when I don't have health. And another thing is this energy, how do I create this energy, and how do I source this energy of gratitude? And this is what I do, Mary and Raj. When I for me, gratitude is something that is important. I value and it's important to me. So I need it. And when I don't have it, I'm start thinking like, where can I get this energy from? What's the sources I have? And then I sometimes call Mary, say, hey, Mary. And then when I see what Mary is doing for me or for other people, and then that brings me gratitude to life. Say, Mary, thank you so much for everything you're doing. The support I'm getting from Mary and Raj and my wife surgery, that's gratitude. Saying, this is the source I'm trying to, or this is the energy I'm trying to source. And these are my sources, right? So it's finding the source of gratitude for me is like having, like, I know where I can get this energy from. So I go and I source it. So it's cultivating, creating the waterfall of gratitude you were talking about earlier. So it's this and having this grateful eyes and heart. The more I practice, the more I see, the more I do, I can see everywhere. So thank you for the opportunity to bring this at the end of the year. Thank you, Jaime. I'm grateful for everything you've been doing, the glue.
So now I am Mr. Glue.
Yes, you're the glue.
Yeah, absolutely. Very strong glue.
Well, not like Post-it.
No. Yvonne,
you're like a blue tag.
I just want to take a moment to thank Yvonne for.
I don't know if Carmelina, Cynthia, Cuenca, or Rina want to say something, please.
Yeah, let me just offer some gratitude to Yvonne for what he just shared. I'm going to use this grateful eyes and grateful heart. Beautiful. I love it. When we see something and we put it in our heart, it just magnifies. Thank you. Go ahead, Jaime.
Yeah, I don't know if you've realized, I'm sure you have, but we need to express our gratitude. But somebody said that we don't know, right? But if we had this type of webinars more often, expressing gratitude, expressing pride, expressing, I don't know, so many feelings. Now, if we do it together, it would be easier for many of us who feel shy, who feel vulnerable or weak, or of expressing a condition that is going through.
I think you're bringing up another point. We sometimes don't know how to receive the gratitude.
Yes.
You give me a gratitude and I say, oh, no big deal. That was no trouble.
Or worse, don't mention it.
Don't mention, no mention. Yeah,
right.
That's somebody's giving you a gift and you're saying, no, thank you.
That is true. I think gratitude works both ways. And even though we do have to be the example, towards our family members, and I'm always thinking in the students, but it's also myself. I need to learn a little bit more about receiving compliments, because you can start with compliments towards you, or like you did a great job. That's, I think, a way of saying thank you for what you did with us today. And sometimes it's kind of embarrassing, and maybe because of the perspective that I'm here in this world to help others, so there's no need to say thank you, but it is something that I need to learn.
Maybe the worst is when we think that we don't deserve it. I just remember, Raj, when we were sitting in the river, and I was a little bit depressed and sad, about to cry as usual. And you asked me, what's wrong, Jaime? And I said, I remember my family. I would like them to be here. And you said, come on, God wants you to be here. Enjoy the moment. You deserve it.
Right.
I remember that moment. Yeah, Raj.
Beautiful, beautiful memory. Yvonne?
Yeah, I was thinking about the words, the language I use when I express gratitude. One of my oldest son, one day he say, why are you saying thank you for everything? what do you mean by saying thank you here and there? Like, like stop saying thank you. And then the language I've been using is silence from my heart, gratitude from my heart. So yeah, it's just finding a way to, like as you were saying, sometimes I'm not aware, I'm not, like I don't have the skills to receive gratitude. So it's finding a way how to express gratitude is also for a person I'm grateful for, right? So it's maybe words, maybe just love, maybe just energy, maybe it's a smile, maybe a description of how what you're doing is impacting my life. So I want to share that.
Thank you, dear Ivan. So Mary Scholl, all the crew is back.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Curious how your breakout rooms were. And Jaime, we have 10 minutes, is that right? Or 8 minutes?
Yeah, 10 more minutes. But because it's you, Mary, we could do it 12 minutes. Or maybe 15.
I'm gonna celebrate that. So I think we'd like to just invite people to either share, you can share something that happened in the breakout room or something that you've noticed about gratitude. Some question you might have. What are you taking from the session today?
Yeah, so just let me remind everyone, try to do it briefly so everybody can have time to talk, and we are about to finish in 12 minutes, did I say, Mary?
You said 13.
Okay, let's make it 16, Mary Scholl.
Let's invite Ron to speak, yeah.
Yeah, go on, Ron.
I just would like to say that it doesn't make a difference what language you speak, but one of the most important words and one of the easiest ways to be grateful to somebody, it's so easy, and sometimes we just make it so complicated. Yvonne was just talking about it. What word do we need to start expressing gratitude? Well, I can say it in German, danke, dankeschön. I can say it in Spanish, gracias, muchas gracias. I can say it in English, thank you very much. It's that easy. And all the rest just happens. It just happens after that. But you got to start with simple words like just gracias, dankeschön, and thank you.
Gracias, Ron. Thank you, Ron. Merci beaucoup, Ron. Danke, Chief. Thank you so much, Ron. Jose Ricardo from Colombia, but living in the USA.
Thanks again. I would like to go beyond just the word. Gratitude, even though linguistically is, ungrammatically is a noun, it should be like love. It should be a verb. It should be actions, because sometimes we can say thank you, but do we really mean it with our actions? We say thank you to our staff, and a few minutes later, we're doing things that actually contradict that thank you that we just have given them. So
that's true.
I think actions speak louder than words, and we should be thankful also as a verb. Let's do it. Let's not just say it or put it on a card, but let's actually do it. Let's show it. Let's show it to people.
So we'll talk to the I don't know what institution to change the verb to make this new word, to gratitude, the verb to gratitude. And we express our gratitude to you, dear Jose Ricardo. Thank you so much. Mark in Colorado.
I just really love what's being said. It's an experience. It's how you share the words. It's the energy with which the words are flowing. Mark,
yes, the intention. Yeah, definitely. Mark in Colorado, USA.
I'm really grateful for being put in the chat room I was, because the women in there all worked with challenged students and talked about how the students taught them gratitude as well. Not only did they express gratitude for the things that the teachers were doing, but they were so free with thank yous and enjoying just simple moments. It was really interesting to see how much the students that they were working with would just get so much out of the smallest things in a day, what we say is the smallest thing in a day.
Thank you so much, dear Mark, and we hope to have you in our coming webinars, please, Mark. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, anybody else who wants to express
May
his?
I?
Yeah, please go on, my dear. What's your name?
Freddie. Yeah,
Freddie.
Freddie's name from the Dominican Republic. I'm so happy.
Oh, the happy Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Yeah, actually, I participated in a collaborative coaching course with Mary Scholl, and I was so happy to be part of that course. She's an excellent teacher. Yeah, in the breakout room, we had a great experience. There were 4 of us over there, and from different, we all spoke Spanish, even though we didn't speak Spanish. But yeah, we share experiences and stuff like that. And yeah, like, for example, I was talking about gratitude in the class, right? In the classroom. You know, sometimes they have shy students that don't really want to express themselves, and we have to praise every action that they make so that they feel happy, and maybe they're not intrinsically, for example, motivated, but if we praise, if we back up anything positive they do, that will help them. So gratitude is everything.
Thank you, my dear. Roxana in Lima. Roxy?
Yes, thank you. I would like to give you a challenge or something that I decided to do since I learned by Jaime that this was going to be a roundtable about gratitude. And I decided going to buy a little notebook. I'm going to put I'm grateful for, and every morning, every day, I'm going to start building up my list. I would like to have a list of 66 expressions or ideas about I'm grateful for. And not only that, I would like to transform, as Jose Ricardo said, the gratitude should be a verb, but you know what we like about verbs? Verbs are actions. And not to have the word thank you or the word gratitude, but to transform this into action. So transform this gratitude and to transform and to make it somebody else who doesn't believe on this, and to try to make this community bigger and bigger. And not exactly because quantity, but because of quality of people, you guys. I feel really blessed because Jaime created this, but this has not existed because of your souls. I feel really, really grateful. I feel really blessed for the faith and values given by my parents. That is the trunk of my life, and that is the reason of the purpose. I feel so grateful about this, and Jaime, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. This year has been very difficult for me, but I'm here with you. And some Sundays that I couldn't make it, I feel like my week was empty. I need you guys. And I think that they have the need of you people, of your souls, of your words, of your time, of your shoulders, of your smiles, even of your problems will make me a better person. Definitely, I'm changing, and this is the beginning of new life. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, dear Roxy, for such beautiful, inspiring, and deep words. Thank you once again. Thank you, Roxy. I agree with you 100%. And finally, goodbye, John. Goodbye, John. Goodbye, John. Your microphone.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in. Yes. Well, I'd like to say to express my gratitude for being introduced in the room where I was sharing with the 2 ladies. They were so generous, sharing their own experiences about what they are grateful for in life. And I found out that there are many other things I was not grateful for, but as from today, I will start being grateful, express my gratitude for. Additionally, as a teacher, I vow to start as from tomorrow in my classes to ask, as from tomorrow, 2 students in my class, I will ask them to express their gratitude for one or two things in their lives. That's what we'll start as a kind of challenge that I am taking. And I'm sure this is going to impact their lives because, as I said, as a teacher, I am young. Though I am young, I think those who are younger than me should benefit from that, and that we have to change the world. We have to impact the world and have a better world where people are happier, where people live happier together. So I would do that. Finally, Professor Mark, who is one of, I think he's online, I'd like to express my gratitude for him sharing with us in a webinar that he animated, he presented last time, and he told us generously about the history of the United States of America. I'm very grateful for that. And on a final note, thank you, everybody, especially those who initiated this roundtable. Thanks for sharing your experiences, and I hope we will have further meetings where we'll share more so that we actually impact the world and make all the people around us feel and do things that make us live in a better world. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, dear Gubai. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you around in the following webinars, please, and invite other people, please. And before you go on, dear Mary and dear Raj, I would like to let everyone know, because I have said this before, but maybe some people don't know. I didn't initiate or create this community on purpose. No, it was an accident. It was a blessing because I didn't know anything about technology. I knew nothing about Zoom, Google Meets, or everything else. I know 10%, 5%, 1%. So I said to myself, the only way to learn to use something is using it. So then I started with one webinar, then two, then three, and then Rana from Bilal, and then Isis Montesa, and then Angelica Rojas from Colombia. They were the first ones who said, Jaime or Jaimito, why don't we? And then the community started. But once again, it would be nothing without you. It would be nothing without you, without, as Roxana said, your generosity, your humanistic side. Everything is possible because of all the people who are here. We are not different. We speak different languages. We have different nationalities, but there is something that is the same with everyone. We are humans. So we cry, we laugh, we smile, we feel, we suffer, we love, we sleep, we eat, we drink, we cry, no matter where we are from. So I had to say this before passing away, and I did it. So thank you very much, dear Raj and Mary. So we still got 7 more minutes, Mary Scholl.
Raj, would you like to say something first?
No, go ahead, Mary. I'll go after.
Share two things that are on my mind right now. One is that something that Sharon Salzberg said. He's a meditation teacher. It was pretty amazing. And when something hard happened, she said, you don't have to be grateful. One of the places I got the sort of the idea that I had mentioned earlier, that when hard things happen, we don't have to be grateful for the hard thing. We can be grateful for the lessons that we learned. She says that we don't have to say, what's the gift in this hard experience? That's a given. Sometimes hard experiences are givens in life. They're going to happen. But the learning is the gift. And I've been listening to this amazing podcast that Anderson Cooper has done on grief. And in it, he interviews Stephen Colbert. So Anderson Cooper is an American journalist, and it's a sort of 8 podcast series on grief. I can put the link in the chat later on if someone's interested. And in it, he's interviewing Stephen Colbert, who's an American comedian, commentary fellow. And he asks Stephen, like, how do you do that? How do you move from that painful place into gratitude? right? And so we've offered here today too, like a practice we can do. And we've also, Raj offered us this, the nonviolent communications approach to how we express it. And then in this, what I thought was just a brilliant commentary, it's Stephen Colbert said, he said, I don't know. He said, I don't know. It's something that there's something inside of us that there's a shift that comes. And I can do the practices, which are sort of a little bit more in my head, and they're also somewhat in my body. And then there's also this opening to, I'm going to call it magic or mystery. Right? There's an opening when I'm open to gratitude entering, and then I start to pay attention to it, and then I can put words to it. I think that's a really important part of the process. And so, you know, when Stephen talked about that, he said that, you know, I can't tell you exactly how I make that shift. And so I just felt that was also a really wonderful message for me, that it's not, you know, I don't know. And then in my mind, I think, well, it's because if I'm opening to gratitude, and rather than sort of pushing it through me because I have to, I'm like just open to it. And what's coming up? What's emerging from inside of me? And so, Jaime, every time I hear you say that you didn't make this community, I just want to add, I think that it has flourished. It has emerged from you. And we have accompanied you on this path. It's okay to receive gratitude for the work that you've done. And also it's okay to understand that it's something that's come through you. And it has benefited many people. And that we have all jumped on because it's like, yeah, I want some of that too. That's great. That's a life-giving force. And so I hope that in this session, we all can have gratitude to ourselves for showing up, the times we can show up, right? And also gratitude, the times I can't show up, it's because I'm taking care of another need, right? And that's important too. So gratitude to myself for that, and gratitude towards each other for creating this community.
I would like to say, taking care of another need.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's beautiful, because we all have different needs.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we don't want to pay attention to them. And here we have learned to pay attention to many needs: company, friendship, love, honesty, learning. Wow. Thank you so much, dear Mary Scholl. I'm going to try to learn to accept gratitude for creating this community. Thank you so much, Mary Scholl. Back to you, Raj. And then we will have a few minutes for those people who haven't expressed their ideas yet. They will have a minute to express, and do it, please. Raj?
I think in this moment, I'm sitting with one of the comments in the chat that says chocolate is sometimes a need. I remember being, Ron said that. I remember being in a workshop with Marshall, and I said, I think we need to add two things to the feelings list. Can luck be a feeling, and can chocolate be a need?
Say that again, Raj.
Can luck be a feeling? I feel so lucky. We say that.
Yeah.
Can we add that to the feelings list, and can we add chocolate as a need? He said, I agree. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay,
and,
now
and just want to thank Deborah also, you know, for stepping up and being the leader and showing us the way in so many ways. And Jaimito, a lot of gratitude to you. I've never called you Jaimito, but I understand you enjoy that. So this is my gratitude to you. Pass it over.
I love it because my partner says that I am a spoiled boy, and I like to be called. And let me express my gratitude to Katia. She's present here. Thank you so much for. Thank you. I can't speak, but thank you so much, Katia. Maria Eugenia. Now, please, people who haven't spoken yet, please do it. Like Tito, Maria Eugenia, Alberto, who else? Carola. Okay, Maria Eugenia, go on.
Hi, everybody. I want to say thank you for permitting me be part of this community. And my special thanks to Mary. I don't know if she remember me. I went in Costa Rica in 2006. I am from Ecuador and I live and work in the Galapagos
The
Islands.
Galapagos, yes. Hello, Maria.
Yeah.
Oh, nice to see you.
And she was very kind with me, especially during my ill time. She was like my mom. So I am very grateful for that, Mary. You were
Yeah.
very, very kind with me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, dear Mary Eugenia. Alberto Perez, briefly, please.
I would like to say thank you to you guys because I have the opportunity to share many ideas about this topic. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon.
It's up to you, Alberto. Just follow us. Tito Hidalgo in Ecuador.
Hello, everyone. As I was telling Mirna earlier in the break room, I'm thankful for all the elements that came together this morning to make me be here. You know, I've been away for a while, so.
Yes, you have.
So it's great to hear you all and sharing points of view and opinions about especially this issue that is so important that in many cases we just make it a word or an expression, but it doesn't come with from within, which is what makes the difference in the human makeup. You know, your mind and your biology, they just come to a balance when you really start being thankful for the little things and the big things. So thank you, and I will make my presence more often here.
Yes, please. And you will be present the 18th.
Yes, sir.
Please do not be absent. Anybody else, please, who hasn't spoken yet and would like to say something? There is an airline free ticket from your country to Machu Picchu. There will be a raffle. Yes, Eliderki Sanchez.
Hi, I just want to say thank you. I'm so grateful to be here. I want to say thank you to Mary. This morning I was telling to my partners in a breakout room that this morning was really hard for me. And I'm coming late, but this time really changed my life, really recharged me and make me feel like wow, how amazing, how grateful I have to be for be part of this work and for stay here in this community in this moment. Because I have to learn, we have to learn to be kind with us and with all of people around us. Because sometimes we are hard with us, but we have to learn to be grateful and kind with us. And thank you so much to all of you, and especially Mary. Mary, you know that I love you.
Thank you, my dear Eliderki. And before we finish, and if there is somebody else who wants to talk, let me ask you, Deborah, as a president of TESOL International, we have the honor to have you with us today. You did it before as another teacher and now as another teacher again. So Deborah, we would like to hear something from you.
Well, thank you, Jaime, and thank you, everyone. This was just an incredible presentation. I do want to share that I'm not president yet.
But you are for us already.
There you go. You know, this was just, I'm just making so many connections here. So thanks for giving me a minute. I think the biggest connection is Mary and Raj, what you shared about learning to express gratitude to ourselves and for ourselves, right? And then beginning to understand what we are grateful for helps us to understand our own values and helps us to understand what's important in our lives and all of the benefits. But for me, an additional thing that I've learned today is the connection between that and then when we express gratefulness to others, the impact that that has. And you shared, Raj, you know, the benefits of expressing gratitude and the reason why you're grateful to somebody for nonviolent communication. But I've just been sitting here and listening to what everybody's been saying. And I think if we had another few minutes, we could probably make a very long list as to the other impacts of expressing gratitude to others. So thank you. This is incredible to be part of this. And Jaime and everyone, you've just created such a unique learning experience here that I try to come back whenever I can. Again, this is so special and so unique. So thank you, Jaime, for giving me that.
And by the way, Deborah, I hope your mother is getting better. I hope your mother is getting better.
Very much so. Thank you.
No, thank you. And that is something that I love about this community, Deborah, Mary, and Raj, that here we are human beings, that we know about the things that we are going through, that we can make mistakes, that we can have mistakes in pronunciation, in grammar, but that's not the point. The point is that we are human beings talking about our realities, our lives, our families, ourselves. So once again, yeah, Roxanne, I guess you want to say something else?
Yeah, sorry for being taking part again, but I just
you
wanted
have to pay. You have to pay some extra dollars.
Yes, I know my fine.
Yes, you're fine.
Yeah, yes, but I wanted to talk directly to you, Jaime, this opportunity. In which sense? You said that it was not your intention to create this community, but it happened. You know why? I'm totally sure it was not your intention. It was somebody else's intention. You were meant to be here. You were meant to create this. God creates this opportunity. We are nothing without him. We are just an element of everything that happens. And I learned this year a new word in Spanish for me. I don't know how to say that in English, and I'm going to share this with you guys in Spanish. It's not a coincidence that it happened. It's a diosidencia. Diosidencia. It's a lovely word that I'm going to make it, and I'm making part of me. It was, you were meant, you were the person, you were the human. You had the qualities to be here to create this, and that's why we are here. That's it. Thank you very much.
Roxy. Thank you so
That's
much.
my word.
Yeah, just like I
that.
was the chosen one in Costa Rica to live a week without my suitcase. Very short, right? But everybody helped me with their clothes, with their toothpaste, soap, sandals, trousers, shorts, but the most important with their company, their friendship, and their generosity. Yes, yes, thank you so much, Roxy. Hondang, and then there was Mirna, and then that's it. Because I honestly, I was planning 2 hours, but I told Mary just 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay, go on, Hondang.
I have a lot of ways to say gratitude, and I would like to in my language. Our mother tongue is Vietnamese, and I will say cảm ơn. It means thank you.
Thank you.
In English, yeah. Cảm ơn. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Mirna?
Thank
sorry,
you.
Sorry.
Yes, as Roxana mentioned, diosidencia, yes. And as our religion mentioned, actions. You're taking actions into matters. So thank you so much, Raj, Mary, and Jaime, because this is an action. It's una diosidencia and only can be taken by actions. And you're doing the actions and the movement. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, dear Mirna, and I hope to see you next year as part of our guest speakers. It would be an honor to have you. I'm going to ask Mary Scholl for your email, and I will write it to you. And anybody, please, before we finish this wonderful, beautiful presentation, let me share. This is my WhatsApp number. If anybody in the world, outside the world, in the universe, wherever you are, you want to contact me to talk about what we are doing here, it would be great. So that's it, Mary and Raj and everyone else. Thank you, Ron, Liderki, Roxy, Raj, Maria Eugenia, Alberto, Mirna, Tito, Irma, Laura, Deborah, Jose, Ivan, Carola, Guvay, Mark, Katia, Rafael, María Elba Zambrano in Bolivia, Merlin, Marta Ogoño, Irvin, and everyone else who is here, Carlos Jose, Irvin, Cynthia, Carmelinda, Cuenca, Marisela, Paulina, Carola, Marta, Jesus, and everyone else who gave his time and generosity to be here. I don't know if somebody else has something else to say. Speak now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and see
Thank you
you.
very much, Mary, Jaime, and Rosa. Thank you very much. It was incredible. Thank you for everything.
So
You
maybe we
always-
should do, Mary Scholl, what you usually do. Everyone
you.
at the same time, we should say thank you, right, Mary? You
The
do
mic,
it. You do it,
cacophony
Mary.
time.
Thank you. Bye, Mary.
Everyone together.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank
Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Jaimito. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't go, Mary and Raj, please stay.